What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Cigars and Whiskey for our next review. Today's review is going to be the MBombay Corojo Oscuro. Now, this is the Robusto size, which is a 4.5 by 50 stick, and the wrapper is Ecuadorian Corojo Oscuro. The binder is Ecuadorian, and the filler on the cigar is Ecuadorian, Peruvian, and Dominican. And the origin of the cigar is from Costa Rica. Looks like a really good stick. If you haven't had the MBombays, I definitely suggest you check them out. These are really fabulous. So let's go ahead and get into it. As you can see, it does have a billboard type band. We're going to go ahead and take that off so that we can actually see the cigar a little bit better. For those who don't know, Oscuro means dark, is exactly what the Corojo Oscuro wrapper represents. And there is another band for MBombay on the underneath. But as you can see, it is a dark, really good chocolatey looking stick. See, it's well packed, and it looks like it might be a double cap. I'm not sure, don't quote me on that. We'll go ahead, and it is slightly firm to the touch, like a cedar off of the foot. But let's go ahead and cut it up, and we'll get into that pre-draw. I'm going to use my straight cutter here, give it a nice flat cutting surface. The draw on the cigar is really good. Initial draw you get is like a cocoa, almost like a dark chocolate, and just a hint of like a baking spice. Definitely something to try. And like I said, man, you can't beat it. It's a good looking stick. It's a Robusto size, so it's not too much of a long smoke, but something you can have quick or enjoy after a meal or whatever, just because. But man, let's go ahead and light it up, and we're back with that first third. Alright, as we get into the first third, let's go ahead and toast it up. Again, as we said before, don't get too close, don't want to char it, just enough to get it started, and then once you think you got enough going, that's when you move in for it. And right off the bat, you get a little bit of that cocoa that remains. You get a real floral cedar off of the forefront of the cigar. A little bit of a peppery note that comes in as a secondary as that other diminishes. The pepper is more of like a black pepper, or like maybe even a white pepper. And detecting just a little bit like a sweet profile, like a dried fruit or something, almost maybe like a dark cherry, or I just can't put my finger on it, but definitely notice that. Yeah, I gotta touch it up just a tad because I didn't light it perfectly the first time. As you can see, you get plenty of smoke off of it. Gotta say, good start on a good cigar. So we'll be right back with our second third. Welcome back, everybody, for our review of the MBombay Corojo Oscuro Robusto. Now, in the second third, we're getting the pepper is becoming still secondary, but a little more predominant on the tongue. And that fruity note that I've noticed is a little more predominant on the background. I would say it's almost like a dark cherry or a cherry flavor, and the cocoa is increasing just a little bit, which is really good. As you can see, it burns, getting kind of a little uneven burn, but it'll probably correct itself because I don't have to correct the MBombays that often. At least I haven't experienced that. But we'll go ahead and keep smoking it, and I'll be back with our final third. Alright, everybody, in the final third of our Corojo Oscuro by MBombay Robusto, we are getting primary notes of the cedar. The pepper is staying a little bit predominant in there, and that cherry note that I got is kind of dissipating. All in all, I would say this is a really good cigar. As we're getting to the nub, it's staying cool. It's not burning too hot, which is great because initially when I started it, it got real hot in the middle. Now, it could have been the way I lit it, but it seemed to diminish, which is great because the last thing you need is to have any issues while you're smoking your cigar. I also wanted to let anyone know, if you can't find the cigar, definitely go to BombayTobak.com, and that's the website for the cigar, and they actually have a zip code or a city indicator to find retailers who sell the cigar. So if you can't find it in your shop and you're curious if your state or your city carries it, I suggest check that out. Definitely something that comes in handy, especially when you're tracking down certain cigars. And if you like this video, please hit like and subscribe. Always leave your comments. Thanks again for tuning in to Cigars and Whiskey. Have a great day. Have a great smoke. And I'll see you next time.